Well, hello everyone. Normally I get booed when I'm coming on. This is fantastic. I love this. I'm going to start with a bit of Irish. Tá áras orm, fáilte a chur dev go léir, go postal Ross agus Sinead. I don't have a clue what I just said. Mum tells me it means I'm delighted to welcome you all to Ross and Sinead's wedding. Thank you all for coming, especially all those who have travelled from Ireland. You'll find you'll get a very warm welcome in this house. Before I let you in on some insights on my beloved brother, I just want to say a few thank yous. First of all, to the beautiful bride, Sinead. You look absolutely stunning. Ross is a very fortunate man. May I say a big thank you to the bridesmaids who are all looking beautiful, and you really helped them make the ceremony special. Thank you. Most of all, I'd like to say thank you to Chris and Fiona, who have put so much work and effort into preparing the house and gardens in order to provide such a magnificent setting for the wedding. Yes. Particularly Fiona and the energetic couple. You both know how to make people feel welcome and special. And it's nice to claim you for real family rather than just surrogate mum and dad. So I'm delighted. Now to the nitty-gritty. I've been looking forward to this moment for 363 days, when I can tell you Ross was best man at my wedding and made a particularly harsh speech. So now it's payback time. Growing up at Ross, it wasn't that easy. It was an awkward age gap, and I resented the babysitting at times. Especially when this involved cleaning his face of slug and snail slime after he'd had another stomach full of the creepy crawlies from Dad's vegetable patch. Unbelievably, Ross developed an early taste for raw escargot, and had to be watched carefully in the garden. He was definitely a confused child. When we visited the countryside, I remember him looking out the car window, brow furrowed at a field of sheep. Alan, why are they keeping all those cats in that field? The wonders of perspective were a late gift for this child. As Ross got into his teens, our relationship got a lot better. You know, we became friends, but there was something missing. Always thought his life needed more direction. He needed something to aim for rather than Xbox. And lo and behold, it came from above. But not Aspel's. It's not Aspel cider. One summer, about 8 years ago now, we were back on our auntie and uncle's farm, Eugene and Breege, and I'm sure you'll get to meet them as the evening goes on. And after a hard day's grafting in the fields, we decided to go for a few pints to the local disco. Events took their usual, some might say inevitable course, and the next morning, nursing a hangover, Ross being the more sensible type, decides to hunt down a couple of bottles of mineral water. So he takes them from the back shelf behind the fridge. Unfortunately, no one else is around to tell him that this is actually holy water from the leper's pool in Lourdes. The water didn't stand a chance. Straight down the hatch. Obviously, we were quite worried. You know, we kept him under surveillance for a few days. But here's the funny thing. He seemed fine, but it was over the next few years, the holy water began to pay dividends. So this directionless lad, first of all, he met his one true love, Sinead. He sailed through his exams, he got a degree, he got a great job in the City of London, and it all culminates in this marriage today. But listen, we're not daft. In recognition of this, Chris and Fiona have very wisely provided every table with a bottle of this very holy water. And I can assure you it's straight from the pool, so keep drinking. So since this incident, it's been pretty much plain sailing over the last few years. A few hiccups here and there, like mistakenly eating horse meat in Poland. I remember him losing one shoe at the Crystal Palace End of Season Awards. We were also a bit confused last month when Ross fell very ill in a meeting with the vicar. The vicar had an on-the-spot diagnosis that he could be coming down with glandular fever. I had my own diagnosis without seeing him. It was the 8 pints of Aspel cider the night before. In fact, I think I had a bit of glandular fever myself as well. But in all seriousness, Ross, you're a very fine man. You're a most supportive brother. You're an absolute credit to Mum, Dad and the family. And I've never met anyone who has a bad word to say about you.
Yeah.
I feel lucky to have you as my brother and best friend. Ross, we're very proud of you and we love you very much. And I'll finish everything off with a toast, final toast, to a long and happy marriage, Ross and Sinead.
Ross and Sinead.